Hello guys, this is Steno for All YouTube channel. Here we provide you Hindi or English shorthand dictations at different speed. Today I am going to provide you English dictation at the speed of 80 which will help you in various Steno skill tests. Get ready for 80 word per minute shorthand dictation. Start. Let us not brush aside the benefits from a plan of virtually Aadhaar like proportions to digitize all data relating to all patients available not just with government and private hospitals but also with diagnostic centers, laboratories, and individual practitioners of all systems of medicine. The contours. The elegance of that proposed architecture can send anyone into a daze. An IT consulting firm has been engaged to build a national health stake and a registry of over 8 lakh doctors, 10 lakh pharmacists, and over 60,000 hospitals is under preparation. At a later stage, online pharmacies, insurance companies, and other stakeholders will be added to the stake. The strategy document states upfront that your data is safe and confidential and would be stored only locally. Only anonymized data will be shared upwards, and your consent will be taken every time for sharing any personal identifiable information. Among the many benefits listed are that it would help patients save the burden of carrying medical reports to a specialist or other hospitals. One can also avail telemedicine support from renowned specialists if required, and it will be a cakewalk to get your hospital bills settled with insurance cover under government schemes or the higher value policies purchased by you. Overall, the scheme appears to promise an end to end hands free digital experience. The scheme also intends to replace existing data generation systems with a new homogenized software for all machines in the health sector in the country, with a central processor that will extract the relevant data from individual records. There is a presumption that all the data entered in each patient's file is accurate. Even entries made for Aadhaar cards or voter ID cards have not been error free, with all medical history recorded as truth in the new software. Insurance companies would be looking for multiple ways to reduce their obligations, leading to many disputes. Extensive costs dilemmas. On the face of it, from the side of healthcare institutions, the NDHM is merely ensuring customization of a new software and changes in current practices of data maintenance. However, it would become inevitable for all institutions in the government as well as private sector to upgrade their hardware to apart from considerable costs in customization and transfer of existing data. In the government sector, there are many existing practices and systems for completion of data, as in the Integrated Disease Surveillance Program and the Health Management Information System IDSP to HMIS. Apart from all learning acquired over the years by staff in those systems and practices. Some larger hospitals have already gone for robust and sophisticated software systems such as enterprise resource planning and would be in a dilemma as to whether they need to scrap them or run parallel software provided by the NDHM. Has anyone in the NDHM or the Ministry of Health attempted to estimate the costs of this massive transition to a new system? Public health professionals estimate the cost in thousands of crores for all government and private HIPs to upgrade their hardware and connectivity systems, training of present staff, the entry of data afresh, apart from other indirect costs. Among independent practitioners in allopathic and the Indian systems of medicine who run small dispensaries, especially in rural areas, there is no practice of even storing patient data on computers. It is largely based on mutual trust and personal memory. For most of them, it is not a feasible option to enter data in computers on their own or engage data entry operators merely to comply with the digitization protocols. Data leakage. How long would the system protect its data of many millions getting stored in the decentralized system holding transferable data? Informed consent may mean nothing to a patient or relatives even in normal times, let alone in a time of medical emergency. Even highly educated and rational people agree to part with their contacts, photographs, and other data to avail nominal or monetary benefits offered by some smart mobile apps. Informed consent is too much of a luxury for the vulnerable and a poor defense against data leakage. Public health practitioners at the grassroots level would continue to wonder if digitization is the immediate problem facing the health sector or the best way to go about addressing data gaps. In their eyes, what millions face in the country are unreliable health care facilities in both the government and private sectors, difficulties in getting timely care, availability of beds, and hygienically maintained hospital premises, availability of doctors physically or online, and the continuous neglect of preventive and community health initiatives. If they oppose a new plan, It could either be because of its doubtful benefits to patients or because of worries regarding data leakage. They may be blamed for trying to delay the inevitable, the inexorable march to digitization. Perhaps they need to discover that data is the only cure for all our ills.